Yeah, I want to share 5 lessons. So if you're a founding PMM today, a solo PMM, if you're looking for that kind of opportunity, hopefully you can take something away from today that'll help you be more successful in your role. So let's get into number 1. So this is not, my deck's not broken. I haven't popped out of it. This is just a screenshot of a slide deck. And I put this up here because when I first started product marketing, I went around and I did not know what it was at the time. I was looking to get into customer marketing. And so I went and I asked a couple of people, asked some sales reps, and this is what they thought product marketing mostly did. I worked on decks, mostly a content role. And if you leave it up to other people to determine what product marketing is, this is what they mostly think it is. It's building content, right? It's a content creation type role. And my first lesson here is to assume that nobody knows what you do. And so it's your job to educate and remind them constantly. And I say constantly too, because even if someone thinks you feel like someone has a good understanding of product marketing today, chances are they can forget. So 2 things, or kind of 2 sides of this. One's foundational, like how do you get them to understand what product marketing is at the beginning when you're stepping into that role? And then how do you keep them, how do you maintain that? And so from a foundational perspective, 2 things here: listening tour and a charter. So listening tour, I'm sure many of you have heard this concept before. When you step into that role as a founding PMM, or if you want to do a refresh, like you want to do a restart and you've been in the role for a while, do a listening tour. Basically what you want to do is meet with important stakeholders across the business. And typically if you're starting a new job as a founding PMM, this is an opportunity where there's not a lot expected from you in the first couple of weeks. It's a good time to book a lot of coffee chats and meetings with these people. So a chance to meet with them. And I like to try to figure out 3 things. One is, or 3 goals at least. So one is to start building a relationship with them. So you're going to work with this person. It's a very important relationship. You want to start to know them personally and build a relationship outside of just doing work together. The other is to understand what motivates them or what their priorities are, right? So you can have empathy for what they're trying to do on their team. And then the third is to get a sense of what they think product marketing is and does. And so mainly they're trying to understand what they think product marketing is, and more so what they're expecting from you, or what priorities they have for product marketing. And you're not trying to re-educate them here. You're not trying to change or shape how they see it. You're just listening and trying to get a baseline for how people think about product marketing. Then what you'll do is just take a step away and you'll build your charter. And a charter is essentially just a document where you're outlining what product marketing does in that company. So it's a chance for you to say, here's our mission as a product marketing team. If there's multiple people on your team, you're saying, here's who's on the team and what we do. But the biggest part of this is outlining the responsibilities, the focus areas of product marketing. I'd often call it our wheelhouse. And this is where I would say, here are the core areas of product marketing, and here are the responsibilities that fall under each of these. And I would go so far as to say, here's the things we own. And then I would say, like, here's the things we don't own, but we can support you on this. And so that's then your definition. And you then go back out to those same people and you want to educate them. This is your chance to say, hey, here's, based on what I've seen, this is what I feel product marketing will be within this company. And it's also a good opportunity there to have dialogue, and you can have a conversation. They might disagree with something or have questions that'll help you refine your charter and make sure you're both aligned. That's the goal of this. And when you do that listening tour too, it doesn't have to just be department heads. When you're stepping into a startup, there's probably like early employees. They could still be ICs, but early employees who are very influential, or some of your top sales reps. All those people could be on your listening tour. So that's foundational. But when you're thinking about it from an ongoing perspective, you still need to remind people what you do, what you've done, and what you're doing. So there are 3 ways to do this. One is to share projects early and often. Right? So have an internal newsletter. That's one great way to do it. Try to speak often in company stand-ups or company-wide meetings and share things about product marketing, or in department meetings, or even on Slack. And the main thing here is to build in public internally. So act as if you're building in public. Share things early and often. And it's awkward sometimes. Like you don't want to put yourself out there and get rejected or have people dump on your work. But I promise you, you start doing it and it'll get more comfortable, and it'll be easy to do after a while. And everyone will start to see and notice constantly what product marketing is doing. The other is to celebrate and recognize. So celebrate the small victories, small wins, celebrate those things. And a great way to do it is by recognizing others. So if you have new messaging and a sales rep used it on a call and they crushed it, share that Gong recording or that snippet and say, hey, props to Jenny. She used this messaging and it listen to the response from the customer, that sort of thing. The third is build branded programs. So this will naturally happen as you start to build out programs. You build out your competitive intelligence program, or you do a win-loss program, or even you refine a launch process. These are things that people will see that are being built and owned by product marketing. And these programs will start to, all of this will start to build a credibility, and people will be like, okay, we see what product marketing is doing.